This is the Vantrue Dashcam S1. It's a front and rear dashcam set. That means this mounts on the front window and that mounts on the back window looking out the back. This way you get a view front and back in case of rear end collisions and things like that. Let's take it out of the box. Okay, in the box we find a quick start guide as well as the full user's manual. We find a USB cable. This is USB to mini USB, as dashcams tend to use the mini connectors. It's not a micro USB like an Android phone or something like that would take. It's a mini USB. This is a cable for connecting it up to a computer like a laptop or something, or you can take the card out and copy the files off that way. Here's your power lead. Plugs in the cigarette lighter like that to your USB. This is the interconnect cable. Mini USB to mini USB. And here are extra adhesive pads and the bracket itself for the front camera and the rear and front cameras themselves. We'll start with the rear one here. You can see it just sticks on the window like that. USB port right there. This can be adjusted and turned to whatever direction like that, so you get the best angle. And your front camera would mount on your windshield sort of like this. The SD card goes in right there, micro SD. There's your screen and your buttons like that. And over here is your power button, a reset, and your connection to the rear, and your 5-volt in from the cigarette lighter plug there. Bracket goes on the back, like I said, and that sticks on the front windshield. And this camera is also adjustable to whatever angle you need, left or right, up or down, etc. Now both cameras here have Sony image sensors and Novatek processors. This unit can record in different modes. You can have it record front and back. That will record at 1920 by 1080 in 30 frames per second. You can also switch it over to front only mode, and if you do that and disable the rear camera, the front will record also at 1920 by 1080, but you could then do 60 frames per second, or you could bump the resolution up to 2880 by 2160 at 24 frames per second. These also have a night vision mode where it has the infrared, so you can see at night better, and they also have built-in GPS. So that means the on-screen display, which you can also have it record to the card as part of the picture, can display your speed, and using the appropriate software, it can also get the coordinates to show exactly where you were. So that way, in the event of an accident of any kind, you can still have all of that information available to you, your vehicle speed and where it was located, so there's the evidence cannot be disputed based on what the camera sees and the metadata to go along with it. It should also be worth mentioning that the power lead here is 10 feet long to go from your cigarette lighter to the front camera, and this cord here to go from the front to the rear camera is 20 feet long. Here's some sample footage from the dash cam. I didn't affix the camera to the windshield with the adhesive pad, as I was not ready to install it permanently. The front camera was held temporarily by a globule of hot glue, and the rear camera was stuffed under the center rear headrest. As such, there will be some rattling sounds that wouldn't normally be heard when the cameras are mounted properly. Okay, I have the camera mounted up. You should be hearing me through it. I don't have any blower on or any windows open or anything. So we're just going to take a short drive so you can see what this looks like. Now this does not put both images from the front and the rear camera together. Instead, it records two files at a time, both an A and a B, and then that way you can select A for the front camera, B for the rear camera, so that way you get your respective views. So here we go. Now I'm going to be cutting this video where I see fit and speeding it up in places. We're just going to go for a short drive. Now we're going to take a look at this license plate in front of me. ALA 1570. So see if that's readable to you. I have the camera set on the standard front and back, 1920 by 1080, 30 frames per second. This blue car on the right reads BWX 3101. Now I'm going to open the driver's side window all the way. So now, just by my talking, I'll give you an audio test of what the sound would be like when you have the windows open, if that's important to you. You should be able to see the speed that I'm traveling at the bottom of the screen. And now I'm going to put the window up and put the AC on high. So the window goes up. And now the blower is on high. AC's on. LH1427. I can't see the car behind me, and I don't know if the camera is angled enough properly. Shut the AC off once again. Seen the speed increase greatly from what it was. We're now back. So there was some test footage from the dual dash cam by Vantrue, and now we'll go and wrap this up. So once again, this was the Vantrue S1 front and rear dash cam. If you'd like to purchase this item, I'll leave a link in the video description where you can find it available for sale on Amazon. Thanks for watching. Make sure you click like, make sure you click subscribe, and take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.